Alright, nice early in the morning. I did some tweaks last night. Let's see if this bird finally gets out of the ground. Like before, it was pulling to the right. This time I went ahead and I adjusted the servo arms to line up the swash plate. Now I'm going to go ahead and give her a quick test. I'm not going to bother in connecting the battery alarm or anything. I'm just going to put the alarm on the actual remote. And I'm gonna hover for like about maybe 5 minutes or so. I kind of want to see where is it pulling towards now, and see what the next steps are to get this thing in the air already. All right, let's set them up. Go. Make sure all my switches are set correctly. Transmitter on. Heli connected. Handshake is in place. Which actually by this weekend I'm going to go ahead and install the fixed ID, so the binding will be much faster after that. Okay, here we go. They're connected. Let's go ahead and grab my remote here carefully. Alright, here we go. Wish us luck. First hover after taking it apart the day at the park. Let's see what it does. Oops, forgot to put a timer on. There we go. Timer's on now. I hate that you can't put the timer on after you accelerate. I gotta set the auto timer on. Yeah, still got a little bit of the pull. Let's go ahead and test it. Yeah, it's still pulling a lot to the right. Not as much as before, it's a little better. Go ahead and manually trim it a little bit here. You see when I let it go, how much it pulls? Not too bad. But I'm having to hold it a lot still. I'll go ahead and let me manually trim it like about 5 or 6 to the right. There we go. Hey, I think we got the manual trim down. Let's see. Let me bring her back softly. There we go. I've had to manually trim it, but at least it's a little better. It's sensitive. I'm barely even nudging the stick. Look at that. Woo! Alright, relax. Woo! Hold on, puppy. A what? Okay. I barely nudge the stick. It's getting like a bit of a rotation constantly this way, and I'm having to manually turn it like this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pipe it a little bit this way. As you can see, I had to manually trim it from here to here. So the problem is that I can't do half a turn on the servo arms. So I'm gonna see. I have to find another way to adjust it there. Okay, let me go ahead and try this again. It's pretty smooth. I think we're almost there. All right, there we go. Woohoo! Oh, okay. A little cocky there in that takeoff. Man, this is sensitive as hell. Sheesh. Somebody got their sensitivity up this morning. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I programmed this the other day to give me the exponential. I think it was this one and this one. I was able to control the aileron, and it drops at about 30%, so it becomes less sensitive. Let's give that a test. Yeah, I gotta push the stick a little more now, so it kind of works. That's cool. Leaves a little bit more to the right. Gotta adjust the tail a little bit so it has a little bit of pull there. It's not bad. Not at all. Look at that. That's pretty much almost flying itself right there. I do gotta bring the rudder down just a touch. Come on. The battery alarm's going off. Big toys for big boys. Beautiful landing. Alright. Alright, it's annoying, that alarm. Cool. I'm happy with the hover. Like I said, I had some manual trim on there, but at this point I can't turn the servo arms any more than what they are. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the sub trims on the remote. And man, these little things work better. When I hit the when I manually set the I forgot what I call these two. Hold on, let me shut this thing down before I hurt myself. Come on. Wow, somebody got welded. There we go. Yeah, when I set the dual rate on this, I also went ahead and I programmed these two, the elevator and the aileron, So when I flick them on, it drops my dual rate and my exponential, so it becomes less sensitive. Initially I would just barely touch it like this, and it was like moving back and forth. And when I flicked these two, I was able to actually move it like this a little bit and a little bit, and it wasn't as sensitive. Same thing with the aileron. It wasn't as sensitive, you know. It's just if you get caught in a seesaw for a long time, you can lose control. But overall, I think the hover was great. The initial Maiden hover, it didn't get a flight because we were in front of my house, and it's, you know, never safe to fly, you know, any kind of these helicopters anywhere where there's people around. So I just wanted to keep it very, you know, it's early in the morning, everybody's still getting ready for work, and just did a quick test, and I'm happy with the test. The hover did good, the bird flew good, and my son hasn't named it yet. He wants something with the word dragon in it, so I told him, you know, since it's green, you know, give him something cool with a combination of green and dragon. So alright, here we go. This was the new Walkera V450D01 with the 6-axis gyro, and as you saw, it flew awesome. Flew good. I mean, it hovered. Not even say flew because we haven't flown it yet, but it hovered pretty decent. I had to manually trim it, but I think I'm done with the servo arms. There's not much more I can do with the servo arms at this point. Alright, hope that helped.